who've friends. So my colleagues in the lobby have been on. You might think this is a small detail in the grand scale of things, but they want to know, did the Prime Minister ever ride Raisa, I think her name was, the police horse that was loaned? And finally, he seems to have admitted, yes, he probably did ride the police horse in question, which in itself isn't a great crime, but does yet again bring us back to the point that our politicians, our newspaper journalists and the police are all part of a big gang. They were far too close, and it needs to be sorted. Which
would
is
he have ever
the bigger
known
picture.
that horse was that, though, to be fair to him?
I wouldn't
was it just
have
a horse?
thought so. I wouldn't have thought he would have said, what's the provenance of this horse?
Yes,
Where did this come from? Am I politically allowed to ride it? But it is just part of the big picture, isn't it? Of how everything got far too
makes us feel uncomfortable, doesn't it? What else?
Exactly. Interesting story in the Telegraph today about pointing. Now, I know those of us that work in TV or journalism sometimes get accused of gesticulating too much to make a point, but actually there's...
Stop pointing at me!
Yes, exactly. It's rude. Or, you might get the Andrew Marr type of explanation, which has got a lot of hand-waving. But actually there's this new research, which the Daily Telegraph has reported today, that took some children and showed two women saying that they knew where, I think it was a ball under a cup, as in which cup was the ball under. And the woman or the person that was pointing by a mile was the one that they believed in. So the thesis goes that actually pointing and gesticulating somehow does tell the viewer or the child in question that you know what you're talking about.
If you're pointing to something, that is an appropriate use of pointing something out. If you're trying to make a point by pointing someone in the face, that's slightly different.
There is a difference between going, it's under here.
Yeah, quite.
Just jabbing in the air.
Which way is it? Down there? That's good pointing. You know?
The scientists are adamant that there's somehow an innate belief that means you know what you're talking about.
And your final select?
Finally, of course, as we heard in the news just now, Eurobert Humperdinck, as we will now refer to him, Daily Mirror. I mean, in some ways, if you remember it, in previous years, we always voted on who was going to be our contestant. I think probably they've realised that our dismal failure to choose a winner, so the choice has been taken away from us. And this year, we have got Engelbert Humperdinck going and flying the flag for Britain. At 76, I mean, I think I'm right in saying the oldest winner in previous years has been 50, so if he were to win it, he would be winning that accolade of the oldest winner by a mile as well. I think he'll be great. I mean, God, we can't do any worse than we have in the past. And he is a proper singer. He's not some sort of put together.
There's a lot of affection for him as well, isn't he? He's pretty international, I have to say.
A lot of affection. Or Arnold George Dorsey, as he actually is. That's his proper name.
Is that weird, changing your name from Arnold Dorsey to Engelbert Humperdinck? You'd think it'd be the other way around.
But very memorable.
Very memorable.
Got some great suggestions of who else might get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to know, really, basically, because I've put Engelbert back in the fray, what other more mature singers would you like to see fight for the UK in the competition? All sorts of thoughts. We've already had Terry Wogan and the Floral Dance from Scott Ellis. That's quite good. Elliot, Cliff Richard, Jamie Mitchell. How about Chaz and Dave? How about Chaz and Dave? How would Rabbit work out in Croatian? Interesting. OK, well, let us know what you think. Do get in touch. Email, Twitter, Facebook, or you might prefer to text us on 67890. Text costs 55p plus your standard network charge. And you must be over 18. Get your comment in before 8